Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we built this medical center and we got, I don't know, about 10 modules put into the base, so it's getting there. The apartment is coming along. Alright, let's just go ahead and start up here. We got these little surgery rooms, made some robot arms. They don't have any animation to them. Maybe we can get to that this episode. Some of the guys on Discord had some great ideas of if you hop into the bed, then it would do all the movement and surgery and stuff, or change colors depending on if you're good or bad. Which I think is a great idea. So we've got another surgery room on this end over here. And then we've got a prep room. And somebody had mentioned I probably should have put the prep room between these two. And you're probably right. I should have put 3, then 2, then 3. But I'd have to redo the windows on the outside. So we may or may not get to that. Plus I have to move the robot arm. And that's not going to be fun. But maybe. We'll see. Right across here we have the medical director's office, and then through this big door we have a hangar for a medevac. I want to get to the medevac today. I got an idea for one. We'll see if we can get to it. And then over here we have our elevator to go down. So here is our main entryway. We've got our reception desks, and then over here we've got some bathrooms, the stairs up, apparently a hole I never filled in. That's fine. And in here we've got more medical. Got a little lab area in the corner. Here's our main healing area. We got another medical center and 4 cryo chambers. Here's the diagnostic rooms. Just twins on that side. And then here is your normal patient recovery area. So we've got those same custom gurneys here in 3 different spots. I think this turned out pretty good. I feel like that wall's a little bit boring, but we may or may not change that. All right, and then out these doors we've got our elevator, and then we built this ticket buying place. I don't know exactly what this is, to hire a shuttle, and then you come down here and go through the airlock system. So there's some lockers. You can walk into the airlock here. It is pressurized, so that's working, so we can go ahead and depressurize it there. I don't have anything automated yet, but we can walk out to our landing pads out here. So I definitely need to recreate this on the other side. And then if you fail your security checkpoint, you might be directed this way. Hopefully you're not shot by the turret. Eventually this will be the security center, but over here we have a little interrogation room. So I think that turned out pretty good. All right, well, we got a lot more work to do. This will be a security center over here, and then we've got 2 more corners to do something with. I'm not exactly sure yet. And then I'm thinking up here in this center, this would be another hangar for maybe like security drones or a police vehicle of some type. I'm not sure. And then these other 2 corners, I'm not really sure yet. So if you guys got any ideas, that would be great. All right, but the first thing I want to do, I want to continue putting some modules in. So we are definitely behind on all the ones we have showcased and getting them into the building. So let's keep pushing forward. Alright, I'd like to thank my newest members, Spartan, Zen, and Old Man Gaming. If you'd like to join, there should be a button down below. Alright, make sure you guys are on the Discord as well. We have a race event going on for an asteroid race. It's pretty cool. Check out Ayer's video for sure. We also have a community build for some modular moon projects going on, so make sure you check that out. There is also a special members section when you join. There is some behind the scenes stuff. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. there we go. We got 8 more modules in. I've got Gusto's little utility hover bike here that goes into this garage for the weather station. So we got the weather station in. We've got this disco down here. Let's see, the disco one was by Irate Nateski. Let's see, I tried to put the glass one up here, but it didn't really fit. It was conflicting with the catwalks underneath, so went ahead and moved it to that floor. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see, that one is Marcus's from before. Right here we've got Game Doric's light storage slums. I love this thing. It's so great. Went ahead and put it here on the inside. I think that was the clinic from last episode. That was the environmental unit from last episode. This here is this might be the Enviro unit. This one had a lot of subgrids, so I went ahead and just pasted that one in. This one looks great. But it's got a lot of subgrids and stuff on the inside with the kitchen and stuff. Alright, here's another one on the other side that has a lot of subgrids. This is the Club and Den by Treymax88. Let's see, I feel like we put some on the outside. Let's go take a look. Yeah, and this one was Coinbird's Simple Rooming Apartment on this side. That one turned out really good. Definitely need to fill out more on this side of the building, apparently. But hopefully I didn't miss any of the others. I think we did 8 of them, so hopefully I covered all of them. But we'll get to more at some point. Alright, I am loving all these modules. The subgrids and things, I might need to go back through and check to make sure they're all hooked up properly, but it is starting to affect the FPS, so I'm bouncing between 120 down to, I don't know, 75, 65. It kind of varies, and then if I look certain directions, it goes down to like 48. So there's certain modules that I might need to go through. Yep, there's one. If I look this direction, I'm at 45, but I also know we have a bunch of subgrids there and a bunch of subgrids there, so that's alright. We're gonna break this world someday. Alright, I want to start building a shuttle, so we're gonna do it right here in the hangar. So I've got a little connector here. I think this will eventually be the landing legs. I want the back of the ship to be here. You take the gurneys out this way and go around into that room. I'm tempted to put another like wing of the hospital on the other side. We'll see what we do with that door. But for now, let's just go ahead and use this connector so we can have something to power off of. And I didn't get my connector completely spun straight, but that's all right. So this will be the center line of the ship right here. And this feels like a good height. I don't want it to be, you know, super tall. But what I'm thinking is we'll have some landing legs that come down and attach to that connector, and that's how it's going to be powered up. It'll do it on both sides. And then here in the back, we're going to put the gurneys. So we'll have, what, 2 wide? 1, 2, 1, 2. Gurneys will go there, and then we'll either have a ramp drop down or the entire thing will drop down with pistons. I'm thinking dropping the entire thing. All right, I'm just trying to space things out. I'm thinking the gurneys are going to go right here, and then you should be able to walk in between them. And then if we put a mag plate, on the side like that, we should be able to take the gurney in and push it over to the side and have it lock on. I think that would be good. So I'm thinking we'll have the whole center belly drop down, and we'll just use like the panels here as the floor so that it can get as low as possible. Let's see, so the panels will drop down there. Is it going to be airtight? That's going to be the biggest. Getting the ship to be airtight would be a nightmare though, so how would we want to do that? I guess we need a door. Unless we use like a merge block thing. I don't know if the gurneys would pass through that door or not. I mean, they're too wide, plus the railing. Let's see, can I strategically get a block in here? Yeah, it doesn't press through at all. I guess it doesn't really come through this door either, so I don't know what I'm worried about. Maybe we should just build the beds into it. I mean, I guess we got space, we could probably do another one. Put 4 beds in here, that feels excessive for an ambulance, but you might have a big emergency, I don't know. Alright, maybe a ramp. Maybe a ramp would look nicer. Yeah, probably something just simple like that. Seems like the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I think that works for me. It's a really chunky door, but I think it'll be fine once we get the rest of the ship built onto it. I don't really know why I'm making this thing in black. We need to come up with a color. I'm tempted to do like clean armor or something, because you would wash a ambulance all the time. Maybe not the outside, but being an emergency vehicle, they tend to take care of them really good. Feeling something like that. Maybe it's a little too fire trucky. We'll play around with it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we'll build in the beds. So let's go ahead and just copy that white plastic, I think. We'll just say they can wheel in a gurney when they need to come get them out. Let's see, and then it was just the bed on top of that, right? I was playing with the neon lights. I had it for a bed rail as black, but I'm almost wondering if we should actually color it. kind of be a little bit more futuristic with it. We actually make these neon? I'm thinking I'm gonna. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Really wish these were like actual emissive lights, because we could change it from red to green or something if it's occupied. That'd be kind of fun. Let's go ahead and keep this. We're gonna just put the railing around and not the little computer station thing, because we'll put that on the wall. Question is can I walk between this once I get this on? Yes. That's good. Yeah, something like that. Now I'm wondering is if we should... I was thinking about putting another bed up here, and then we could have the cockpit. I guess we can't go too long. I'm going too long anyway right now. That has to be cut back to there, so we can actually get out of the unit. Right, there we go. I painted the floor yellow. We'll paint it back eventually, but that'll be the confines that we need to be able to get out of here. But what I'm wondering is, should I have an airlock between the two here, between the bed? Because in theory, you would want to land, go get people, and then get them into the ambulance. So I think this is a good concept, but I think we'll have a door here. We'll have a little bit of space, maybe not for a whole gurney, but at least you can like haul a person in, get them into the airlock, then get them onto a bed. That feels like a good spot actually though for the ramp to be able to get up and out of here to get into the room. So I think I'll keep that where it is. So maybe we'll just put another door, 1, 2, 3 space maybe, and we'll put the door here. Well, this is what happens when you try to plan things out in real time. Yeah, it's enough to get inside of. Alright, now can we fit a cockpit on here and not have it look dumb? I feel like I'm going to be real limited for space here, and I'm going to regret this airlock. Yeah, that has a door, just like the other one does, so that's good. Over, well, that's where the door is, so we don't want that one there. We need to have it, yeah, we need to have it one lower. I think that might be okay. In theory, you can come in here and enter, yeah, through the backside. That's nice. We'll just put like a ramp or something right there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling the red, but man, it is eye-catching, which is not a terrible idea. All right, I feel like we got the start of something, and now I just got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do for thrusters. Let's see. We can cut into the belly here. We could have these slope like that, and then slope like this. Thing is, we're laying down. We're in 2 blocks, so we could already start coming back over. And here we could probably put those angled screens. That might be good to put some medical information on. I could calm the animation down. Actually, can I turn it off? Does that... That does not stop the animation. Okay, well, it's just going to be obnoxious while we build. I feel like that curves back a little too slow. I feel like it almost needs the same angle, but maybe not. Maybe a little chunky throat. Looks good, I don't know. Really weird running out of energy and not dying. I'm in a pressurized space. It's been a while. Wondering if somehow we can get the flatmo thrusters in there, or maybe down here or something, like some type of little winglet. Shuttle's actually going to turn out harder than I thought. Gotta fit all the stuff in here now. Maybe a battery could go under here. The battery's got a little bit of a curve to it on the one side. But that's not horrible. The battery can go right there. All right, there we go. There's one battery. We definitely need to make it to space so we can get some reactors and uranium. Which means we could probably redo this belly a little bit. It's kind of nice seeing that gray, though. All right, I think that looks okay, and then we can get some thrusters in here. Let's get some bigger ones. I don't know. I still don't like the color, but we're getting there. It's got a shape to it. It's still kind of ugly, but maybe when we get some sides and winglets or something on here, I don't know. It's looking a little pufferfish-like. I don't know. No, it still feels really fat right here. All right, I did a little bit of work, got this lime green color from emergency vehicles that I think looks okay. We'll have to get it like more on, see how that turns out, and then made a little landing gear to come down here, and we'll do something similar on the back, but we'll put a connector on it so we can actually get this thing charged up, and probably get some ice and stuff into it because we're gonna need some O2 tanks, so that'll actually have to be plumbed. The front does not need to be, that's fine. But I've been kind of playing around. I think I like this version better than this big chunk, so we're going to take this stuff off.
Inventory full.
And of course, if I just did something like that instead, so it looks like a panel stuck on the side, and then this would allow us to get a headlight right there. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. See, we don't want to go much wider than that because we got to get out of the door. So let's see. We can probably just kind of put a little... let's get this guy welded up real quick. Actually, it feels like a good level there. Then if I get... Yeah, that sticks out too far. We'll do that one. Alright, now I gotta figure out how to get side thrust on this guy. And I guess I could suck it into the bed, because those blocks are not needed. I guess it depends on if the bed is pressurized or not, huh? Alright, I'm gonna put some heat vents right here, because they are gridded on the backside, which I think is cool. And then we'll put the flatmos on there. I have a feeling we're gonna need a lot more than that stuffed in here. I think we got like a hover bike worth of thrusters on here, but definitely need more. That's not really working out, is it? That can just go away. Alright, back here will be the main thrusters to go forward. Something like that, maybe? We'll put a wing over top of it, I think, to make it look a little bit nicer. Alright, I need to redo this landing gear, because I need to put the conveyor right there. See, this needs to be a junction, which of course I don't have any blocks. There we go. Then the landing gear can go on there, and we'll recreate what I had over here. Okay, there we go. Now we're plumbed up to this air vent, and to this air vent, and then it tees off into the cockpit. So now the cockpit is plumbed up, so now we can go underneath the floor here, in this space. Alright, and then under here we can put a hydrogen tank. Like that. And then a oxygen tank. I have to put a block on the underbelly to get it to be airtight, but I think that'll look cool. Yeah, nice. We can see the tank from this side. I think if we painted it red or something would be good. Yeah, it's a little bit of greeble there. Oh man, I wish this thing had different ports, because this would look really cool right there. Could we maybe do it on the... we could do it down below here, maybe. Well, we definitely have to come up with something in here. That's pretty ugly, actually. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Alright, let's see. We got the braking thrust, we got the side thrusters on, I've got the up and forward. I think we're good. With every direction. It's probably not enough. Let's just stick a gyro up here real quick. Let's see, we're gonna burn anything out of the thruster? No. I think we're good. Okay, I did a little bit off just so it doesn't pinch. Actually, it would be good to have it angled. We're gonna redo the thrusters back here because I'm thinking we should do something like this, and then this angle will be something. I can't remember what the angle is for a 2x1 slope. There we go, something like that. Yeah, that looks a lot cooler. Okay, I want to hop in here and see if we can actually get this thing to move. Alright, it actually flies, and it's actually not that bad. I mean, it doesn't really have any cargo on it, so that's probably okay. I'm thinking this might be okay. We might be able to put a few more side thrusters on it or something, but it doesn't need to make any speed records necessarily in the side-to-side directions. It just needs to get to and from, right? Alright, I feel like that should be the spot for the landing gear to come over and hook up to there. Yeah, because then we can have this center vent come up here for our airlock and stuff. Alright, I'm actually going to come back one, I think is better. I mean, I guess we can come underneath the door for the vent, if we had to. Alright, this block's going to go here, and then we're going to start hinging out. And then we need to hinge down. Okay. Oh, we'll get it welded up and move it over. There we go. Negative 30 might be a little much, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Then let's see, we need to come down. We might not need the piston by the end of this, but that's okay, it looks cool. Okay, then we'll curve up, and then we need a connector, and then our foot pad, and then we'll just put a cap or something on there. Alright, 21 degrees seems good. Let's see, then it's gonna be different, because it's longer. I'm gonna disable the strength on it, though, and then in theory we can switch lock. There we go. Alright, which means in theory we can get rid of that one, but let's go ahead and suck this guy in to see what it looks like. Alright, I put a little test timer and button here. I think that landing gear looks pretty cool. And it'll lock onto that. We still got room to walk around here to get in. I think that's going to be good. Alright, I got the legs on all sides, so I think that's looking great. Let's just figure out the rest of the body here so we can mimic it on the other side. Let's see, there's not much to do under here. I guess is that where we want those, or should we move them? Because this guy will tuck in, so this really kind of needs to move back a little bit as we fly out. Because the front, yeah, is really close. That gyroscope won't go there. That was just for testing. Oh, that's right. We can't put any blocks there, so we're not going to stick out anyway. So we need to dive back in here. So that does absolutely have to dive right there, which means there's really no point in that, because this is going to stick in. Which means if I put a vent or anything right here, it's not going to be able to be covered. I was thinking about lowering the stripe, but I think that is just fine to keep it up at this level. With the way this thruster is going to be, the way it's going to be. Okay, now we have some room in here to put a vent. Let's see, actually, this could be... Alright, there we go. Couple connectors on either side. That will be our valve for our tank. So now we can put a tank here on the end. Of course, I have no steel plate. There we go. There's our airlock system. Now we can walk in here. I guess we got plenty of room for other stuff along the wall there. I like the little first aid kits here. Alright, that's a bit boring over here, but that's kind of what you have to get with this thruster. I can't put anything in this space anyway. I could put something down here, but there's really no point. Let's just cover up that, I guess. Let's see, let's find the right panel. I guess we could do one like this. That's not bad, actually. I kind of want to cram another battery in here somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe up on the top? Like maybe we have it exposed, you know, like halfway down into the... No, that would make it pretty bulbous. Alright, is that bench too high? I feel like the other ones are too low. Like your knees are scrunched up into the ground. What does that look like? Yeah, I mean, I guess the animation is your knees are just scrunched up. So, I guess you're supposed to be sitting on the ground. Yeah, it just feels really low to the ground, which, you know, it definitely is. You're sitting on this, like, weird little wannabe bench. I don't know, I mean, I guess that works better for the animation, but, it's definitely low to the ground. It needs to be like a half block. I guess, Space Engineers 2, we need to have it, what, 75 centimeters tall? Okay, I think we've recreated it on the other side. Oh no, I missed this entire bottom. Oops. I got the red part and wasn't even paying attention to the gray part. Yeah, I guess I've got a blank spot underneath there. Yeah. That one's a conveyor. That guy can come out, and there's a... Nope, no spot underneath. Okay. So we have a blank spot there that we could do something with. We'll have to try to remember. In case we want to put like AI block or another battery or something in there. Alright, that is looking like an interior. I like it a lot. Let's see, we need an LCD screen over there. Oh, we can't put anything on the back wall over there. We are restricted by the bed. That makes sense. I want to come up with something cooler up here than what is currently attached. Do something like this. That cut it off too much? It's not bad, but it's worse. You don't get to see that gray ring, which is a nice detail. Yeah, I'm thinking of something, some type of wing or something on here. Can't go out much further than I already am. That looks pretty decent as a connector. There we go, that covers that up pretty good. I am really tempted to just do the straight one, but I like this rounded corner on this side. Like, I want a 3 by, so it's not straight there. That's really not that big of a deal. Let's see, here we can get away with this, going like that, and then... Where's the other block? There it is. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we definitely need some more greeble along here. Alright, I definitely like the thruster pack. I'm not completely sold on the little winglets here, but I think it works. Maybe it's just the color that's off. Like, does it need a yellow? Ooh, painted the door. That's not great. Painted the other door. No, that's pretty obnoxious. Might be the shape of the winglets too, but I'm not feeling very inspired right now to know what to put on there. There we go. Now we got some lights over the door. I think I'll have them only turn on when the ramp is down. That would be cool. Should we carry this gray? I did gray for the cockpit. Carry that gray up here, like have a gray top cap? Maybe we could just carry a gray stripe? Right, there we go. I think that's a pretty good level of obnoxious, but also not. Like, you want it to be attention grabbing, right? I think that works. So then that does mean I want to take out some of these and we'll put in the antenna. Maybe antenna right there? This could probably be different. All right, we need an event controller for the airlock and maybe a timer to drop the door down and the lights on later. And then we need a timer for the landing gear. That's really it, right? We need a gyroscope on here somewhere. Through the oxygen tanks. I guess I kind of knew that one. Let's see, can I get this guy to hover, or is he going to sink? It looks like he's hovering, that's good. Yeah, we knew this was going to be a problem on the underbelly. Oh no, there we go. We are pressurized now. It was just those air tanks. That's actually kind of surprising. I expected it to be much worse. We probably should have tested that a long time ago. Alright, let's set up the landing gear. It's just a bunch of these pistons and hinges and stuff. We're just going to do them all explicitly so I don't have to have a group. But it's pretty easy. They're all just going to be reversing of those. Let's turn our dampeners on and give it a trigger. Definitely pushing the limits of the game, I think, because it hitches up every once in a while. You watch the hinges go up, it's not very smooth. Yeah, it, like, kind of sticks. But I don't think it's sticking on the block. Maybe it is. Can't tell if it's a hitch of the game or if the blocks are actually, like, locking up. I feel like it's a freeze of the game. But, like, my FPS is doing great. I think it's just the game physics are finally getting mad at me for this many subgrids. Alright, that's easy enough. Let's go ahead and do an airlock. Ooh, we need a button over here, don't we? Let's go ahead and step inside. This is going to be the initial condition, which means we need to name these vents. So 3 and 4 are airlocks. Okay, we're just going to use the simple airlock. The first action when door closes is going to turn on off the outer door, on off the inner door, and then we just need to do depressurize on off for the vents. There we go. Oops, that was the wrong spot. We want the last slot for when the door is closed. We're going to go into our vent. Let's just pick the one, that's fine. So when it is fully pressurized... Oh, we need to name our doors to know which one's the inner. Okay, so when it's fully pressurized, we're going to open the inner door. When it's depressurized, we open the outer door. And that should be it. Okay, it is flipping states. It's just not getting the fully depressurized. Even though it has 0 oxygen, should be depressurized to open that door. Maybe it's just not getting the positive trigger to do it. Which means we probably need air in here. Let's go ahead and switch lock and hope this thing doesn't blow up. Look at that, I can get to the oxygen tank from the outside. That's nice. Okay, we'll stockpile the interior ones. These airlock ones we'll worry about in a little bit. Okay, it's really weird. With these blocks up here, when I crouch, I can't uncrouch. So I'm like stuck. I have to get in the doorway to uncrouch. Oh well. Surprisingly, that's keeping us in the cabin laying in the beds, but okay. So you close that, depressurize, it opens the door. That's working. We can just close that door. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was thinking of having the gate on with the doors opening and closing, but I think we'll just have the gate a different control. Because you might want to just have the gate stay down like we're here, and we're going to have it just stay down as we go back and forth between. I guess really like this one, it's... Even though it's not pressurized, we still have high oxygen in here. It just doesn't really care with the vent. Yeah, that thing's using like 0 gas to fill that up, so the event controller can be really simple. And now that we got oxygen though, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this so I can actually see what's on this ship. Equal to or greater than, probably just 5% is fine. Okay, so when the gas tank is greater than 5%, those are going to be the true actions which we want to disconnect the valve. Which means we want to unlock it and then we'll lock it otherwise. When it's not true. And when it's not true, we also want to set the tank to refill. Stockpile on, otherwise stockpile off. Okay, that worked. That one's at 5%. Let's see, stockpile on that one. Lock the valve. There we go, then it switched itself off. That stockpile is off on that one, and it's full of 5%. There we go. Got a couple action relays that covers up the conveyor ports. I think that looks pretty nice. I think I want to take these guys out, though. Alright, something is clanging out around here. I don't know if it's the ship or if it's one of the apartment complexes down there, but something is not happy every time I grind a block out, so maybe I should have waited on putting the apartments in. We'll do the primary hinge, we'll just do a reverse on that one. And then this button, in case this guy is pressurized like this, we need to close the inner door. Alright, let's use channel 80. I know I've got 90 for the other doors at the factory, so we're just going to do 80 for this one. Alright, so we're going to have the action relay cycle the airlock here. So let's see what we need to do there. We need an action relay. I guess I'll put that on the other side over here. We have all this valving and stuff here anyway. Oh, I guess I already put them in. Okay, that one's going to be the event controller for the airlock. This one is going to be the one for the valve. So for the actions of this relay, all we need to do is close all of these doors. And then it'll cycle our airlock for us. And that should be good, which means we need to just have a button on here. That would be our action relay. Set channel and send signal 80. Alright, let's hit number 9. Gates are closing, that's good. Should see that depressurize. Yes. Once it gets depressurized, the doors open. That's awesome. Alright, the doors are open. We need to retract the gate. Let's turn our dampeners on. Retract that in. See, this is pretty tight though, isn't it? Back up a little bit. I wonder if that gate is going to cause issues. It's causing us to tilt forward. Oh, it is probably that. We have the button in the way now. That would do it. Alright, that looks pretty stable. Okay. So we're just going to leave those guys extended out when it reverses in. That's fine. That'll go up. That'll go up. This guy changed to negative 85. Reverse it back. Yeah, that's good. So now we just need to go into our timer. A timer for our landing gear. We're just going to take the pistons off and just leave them extended. And we should be good. Alright, we're stable. That's good. This is a really tight fit. I probably made the ship a little too big. That's okay. We're out. We're stable. We're not sinking. That's good. We only got 15 minutes of flight time, but not bad. Yeah, we're... Okay, is that our gyroscope? Man, this world just doesn't like me in certain occasions. I think it's because I have the animated gyroscopes, is probably what it is. Yeah, we could definitely use some more power on this thing. I mean, it's staying stable, and it's flying. It just doesn't have enough thrust to go forward. Definitely need more power on this guy. Let's see, I never set up a docking sequence, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and hit number 9. There we go. Is it closing all the hangar doors? Did we get them all? We did. Yeah, we could stick some batteries underneath here. Never now somebody put this airlock in my way. I should probably have a bypass for when we're in the hangar here to have both doors open. Maybe we can put that in the docking sequence, actually. Okay, for docking, let's go ahead and find our gate hinge. Primary, we're going to set the velocity to -5. See, the landing gear should be down by the time we get there. So then I guess we just want to do mag plates. And then our connectors. Did I name those? See, the event controller for the airlock, we're going to turn it off. And then we're going to find our doors. We're going to toggle them on and open. Okay, then we need to recharge our batteries. We're going to turn that on. And then we need our thrusters, which means I need to go find them. I did not mean to do a trigger now. Okay. Am I breaking the world? Oh, it hates me so much right now. Alright, well that was laggy as all lag. I don't know exactly what was going on there, but it did not like it at all. So we're going to just connect one connector, and I'm going to leave the mag plates off, and let's just call it a day. We do want to recharge the batteries. I'd rather do the landing gear manually, because I'm going to need to turn the thrusters onto inertial dampeners, which I don't think I can do, right? No, you can't turn inertial dampeners on and off. Or is that like a cockpit command? Control, oh yeah, there you go. Inertial dampeners on off. There's no explicit though. Let's do it. Let's turn it on and off there, and then let's turn, let's see, our timer. We'll just trigger our timer. I thought it said the timer names on this one. I guess it's, yeah, if I do that. Okay, let's see if we break the game again with, docking up to the base. Okay, that didn't break it. I think we're better off not having the landing gear and stuff. That's a lot better. Okay, and then we have both doors open. That's great. And then when we undock, which was number 4? No, that's not even the right timer. There we go. MedEvac undock. Let's hit number 4. Oh! Okay, don't do that. Okay, I think the turn inertial dampeners on was the wrong thing to do. Well, that's gone. Let's see. Let's go back into the undock, and let's not do this inertial dampener thing, because that was terrible. And let's not do the landing gear. Oh, I didn't even disconnect the landing gear. That's what was going on. I probably could do the inertial dampeners, but, it's because this connector is not unlocking. Let's unlock both of them. It's because the connector was not unlocked that it was trying to retract it, and so it was retracting the whole damn ship into the roof. So that was the problem. It probably was not the inertial dampeners, but let's go ahead and just... We'll do that manually now. That was terrible. Okay, so now... Dock. We are not docked. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay. Batteries are recharging. That's good. Alright, well, if you guys got a clever name for our little medevac shuttle here, I would love to hear it, because I got nothing right now. So we'll change the HUD text here on our antenna when we come up with some cool names, so comment down below. Alright, let's get some navigation lights on here. We need a white one over there. We need a red and green one on the side. Let's see. Green is on the right. Red is on the left, I believe. Right's a 5-letter word, green's a 5-letter word. I think that's how that works. There we go. Got a quick pulse strobe on there. I think that's appropriate for the underside. There we go, I like it. Let's find those emergency lights again. I think I need to add those 2 to the group. Oh yeah, nice and obnoxious. I love it. Alright, let's add that group to our cockpit here so we can turn them on and off. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, there we go. I think we are finally finished with our medevac shuttle. I think it turned out awesome. Got some automation in there, got some landing gear. I think it turned out pretty cool. And put some greebling around the hangar here just to fill it out. So I think we are done in this room. Didn't really leave this room much, but let's go ahead and take this guy for one more flight. Let's see, we should be able to push number 4 to undock. There we go. Our nav lights and stuff turn on. Our thrusters are on. Our ramp should be up. It is. Guess we can go check that. Yeah, our ramp is up. Our door is closed. We are good to go on our airlock. Now we can hit number 9 to cycle the airlock. There we go. It's depressurizing. Inertial dampeners on. And then I think number 5 is our landing gear. It is. There we go. Come out. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but not bad. And then we can fly around, and looks like we got enough power. Yep, we got enough power. We're not drifting and going weird. So that's good. We got something over there. Let's go over and explore that. Why not? Turn on our emergency lights. Which I guess we can't really see during the day. How close am I getting to that signal? Oh, not too bad. That's okay. But there we go. We're landed. Now we can use the ramp here in the cockpit, or we could do it manually back here. Let's see if I close this. The airlock works. That's great. Let's see if I get anything special today. And I'm not special today. I like this. This is really cool. I don't know if I'm completely sold on the red, but it's growing on me. And it is definitely obnoxious, and you can see it from far away. You know, Mars is orange enough that it's not blended in. I think it looks like an emergency vehicle. Maybe a little bit more fire than ambulance, but I like it. Guess I should have retracted the ramp up, huh? It's actually pretty zippy. I am surprised we got away with having this little of thrusters, especially for the upthrust. The upthrust, we only have those 2 flatmos on there, and that is it. And it is stable. Let's just land it outside here for now. I think that'll be cool. Okay, well, I don't want to start another project. It's getting pretty late in the week already, and I've got other projects to do. So let's go ahead and build a few more modules before we call it an episode. Alright, well I think we've got all the modules in here that we've showcased. The only one that we missed was this one. It used to be the small appliance factory, and now it has been changed, it's been resubmitted. So now it is a gym. So let's go ahead and weld this guy up, and then we'll go through a tour of it. Right, well it didn't like something over here. What did we catch on fire? Something in there is flaming around. Oh, it's fire on purpose. Okay, I thought I broke something. Let's go ahead and do a little tour here. I got everything patched up that the welders missed. Okay, looks like we've got a little waiting area in here. We've got our reception desk, and then, let's see, what do these lights do? TV, lights, oh, and then our pipe, so we can turn the flame off for now. It's probably a good thing. Nice. I still need to turn that mod off to get these shelves to populate, but that's my bad. Alright, looks like we've got some gym mats, and then I'm going to assume these are like the cycles that you can get on. That's awesome. That's a clever idea for sure. Okay, this is awesome. I love it. Now we got a little sauna down here with our flame. That's a clever idea. I like it a lot. Okay, now let's figure out a place to put this guy. Alright, the nice thing is this guy will kind of squeeze wherever we want him to, because it's got no blocks on the top and the bottom. There were some that I had to kind of adjust around because they conflict with each other, because we're taking up the empty space and they're both trying to occupy the same block. Let's see, this guy feels like a good mid to lower level. Do we have any on the inside? Ooh, yeah, that looks like a good spot right over there. Alright, I should be able to fit in here. Yeah, there we go. Oh. A little too aggressive there. A little bit of sparks, it's still good. Glad I got the flame turned off, because this would be scaring me a lot. Can we push it in the rest of the way, do we think? There we go. It's bobbing like it wants to snap in. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. Especially with the neon lights on the inside. Because it'll always kind of be in shadow, so that's perfect. Alright, that's just terrible. We're gonna have to reload. Let's do that. Floating door galore. Let's do a reset. Just keep loading, just keep loading. What do? We load. Alright, well, we've got some awesome submissions here. I think this takes care of all the ones that I've showcased so far. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. We've got some here on the inside. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 empty there. And then over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots empty as well. This is so cool. I love it. Alright, well, this was a productive episode. I think we've got all of the modules in that we have showcased so far, so next episode when we build them, we will walk through them as well. And we also built this medevac, which I think turned out really cool, so please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.